Today, Sheena Greitens, the ex-wife of U.S. Senate candidate and former Missouri Governor Eric Greitens, reaffirms her accusations that she and her children were abused.
The two appear to be going through what is a very contentious child custody case right now. And today on Twitter, Sheena Greitens wrote, quote, "I stand by my sworn statements. I did not discuss the contents of my affidavit with anyone other than my counsel, and after the affidavit was filed, my immediate family. My only interest is what's best for my two children, and for the last 4 years, I have gone to great lengths to keep these family matters private to protect them. I am not interested in litigating this matter anywhere other than the courtroom. At the appropriate time in the legal process, I will provide whatever evidence and documentation the court requests, including testimony under oath." Our Missouri Capitol Bureau Chief, Emily Manley, joins us now with reaction from state lawmakers on the allegations. Emily.
Vic, after those new court filings revealed abuse allegations, nearly all of the U.S. Senate candidates said Greitens needs to drop out of the race. Here inside the Capitol, instead, those lawmakers who used to work alongside of him say that Sheena's claims don't surprise them.
You don't get to run for office again and just ignore everything that happened previously.
Eric Greitens held the title of governor for less than 2 years.
It was all just a very strange and dark time.
Governor Greitens, when he left office here, I didn't feel he was fit for office then. I don't think he's fit for office now.
He's now the Republican frontrunner for the U.S. Senate race.
The fact that he's doing so well in the polls is, daunting a little bit.
House Minority Leader Crystal Quade came into the Missouri General Assembly the same time Greitens was elected.
Seeing the news yesterday just brought back the flood of emotions and thoughts that all of us went through when we were here when it originally happened.
He resigned amid a sex scandal, but wasn't charged in the case. On Monday, his ex-wife claimed he abused her and their children in newly filed court documents.
He's just as much as a monster, is the word I used today, as several years ago.
But at the end of the day, these are troubling allegations, alarming allegations, and it's somewhat consistent with his behavior.
Senate President Dave Schatz was also in office during the Greitens administration.
And he didn't have any support or anyone he could rely on to say, hey, come to the rescue, because he pretty much alienated anyone that could have or would have wanted to stand by him.
And now he's running against him in the U.S. Senate race. If he was the nominee, what would you do?
That is a very interesting question. Again, I'm taking the position that he's not going to be the nominee. That's why I'm running.
Schatz is calling for Greitens to end his campaign.
I think there's enough evidence that we've seen in the past and maybe some of the current allegations that would provide that hey, there needs to be dig a little deeper into this and make sure that we aren't sending someone there that maybe has some real issues.
Now, Greitens' campaign is calling the allegations outright lies. Last month, during candidate filing day, I asked the former Governor Greitens why Missourians should vote for him. He told me he's changed. Reporting live tonight from Missouri State Capitol Bureau in Jefferson City, I'm Emily Manley, Fox 2 News.